So let's talk about the use of vehicles in Islamic terror attacks, something that appears to be increasing in frequency. So, the carnage in Westminster could have come from the Islamic State's Do-It-Yourself Terrorism Handbook, of which there is such a thing in existence. The mantra of striking the enemy wherever you find them, with whatever weapons are at your disposal, was laid down in September 2014 by the group's chief spokesman, Abu Muhammad al-Adani. Adani, 39, was killed last year in a Russian airstrike in Syria, who issued a fatwa that spread around the world on jihadist forums. He declared, "If you can kill a disbelieving American or European, especially the spiteful and filthy French." Look, all I'm saying is, are the Islamic State really that bad? Or an Australian or Canadian or any other disbeliever from the disbelievers waging war, including the citizens of countries that entered into coalition against the Islamic State, then rely upon Allah, kill him in any manner or any way, whatever it may be. Smash his head with a rock, or slaughter him with a knife, or run him over with your car, or throw him down from a high place, or choke him, or poison him. And of course, we have seen an increase in vehicle attacks, but this is not the first time that this has become the idea for Islamic terror, to use just vehicles, which are not usually considered weapons, but can easily be used as weapons. Uyghur violence in China leaves at least 19 dead from August 2011. Now, we're talking about the Muslim minority, the sort of Turkic Muslim minority in China. Not of the Chenkian variety, but there's no doubt that his surname certainly derives from this. I'm absolutely certain of it. In the first attack before midnight Saturday, perpetrators hijacked a truck that had been stopped at a red light, killed the driver, then used the truck to plough into a crowd of bystanders. That's not the only one. In 2014, an Uramuki car and bomb attack kills dozens, where attackers in two cars ploughed through shoppers while setting off explosives at a busy street market in China's volatile northwestern region of Xinjiang on Thursday, where they did, well, almost exactly the same thing, but chucked explosives from the car. And then, of course, we have the Nice bombings in 2016, Nice truck attack even, in 2016, where the meme Truck of Peace was first coined. And, of course, we have the Truck of Peace in Berlin as well. And we had the London attacks yesterday, and now we have a new one. Man tries to drive into shopping street at high speed in Antwerp. A man tried to drive into high speed into a pedestrianised shopping area in Antwerp has been arrested by the police. Pedestrians had to jump out of the way during the incident. Belgian prosecutors said the suspect was a French national and that weapons had been found in the car. Federal officers said in the statement, different arms were found in the boot. Bladed weapons, a riot gun, which is a rifle apparently, and a container of liquid that is still unidentified. The suspect is Mohamed R., born in May 8th, 1977, of French nationality and a resident of France. It seemed he was involved in a French national with a possibility of a certain number of weapons in his boot. It's up to the judges to make a statement on that, who was looking to kill or at the very least create a dramatic incident. This is happening every day now. Somewhere in Europe, an Islamic terror attack occurs. How long do you think people will put up with this before deciding the problem is simply Muslims? If we pretend that this has nothing to do with Islam, people will stop listening because they know this has something to do with Islam. It obviously has something to do with Islam. I mean, it's always Muslims doing this. They're yelling things like Allahu Akbar. They're looking forward to their virgins in paradise. They pledge allegiance to the Islamic State. It's really hard to convince people that this has got nothing to do with Islam. So we need to start talking about it. In fact, I would expect moderate Muslims to be, I don't know, presumably dobbing in these potential terrorists, saying to the authorities, look, there's a mosque over there where they say some really radical shit, and I don't like it because I think a terror attack might come out of it. That's what we need to be seeing. If you're a Muslim in Britain and you abhor terrorist attacks, if you think this is the worst thing a person can do, you need to remain vigilant within your own community. I'm sorry that this is the case. I'm sorry that you have to be the one. But if you don't, people will think that you are complicit, that you do not mind, that you are in some way permissive of this. Because I tell you what, if this was English people in my community doing this, you're fucking damn right I would be reporting them to the cops. That would be the first fucking thing I'd do. English atheist mows down a dozen people in another car attack in a whatever city in the world, I would be like, well, fuck me. English people, if you fucking think this is acceptable, I'll be the first to turn you in. That's how you have to act. If you think a Muslim man or woman is going to commit some kind of terror attack, you go to the authorities. You do not sit there and go, well, I mean, they're part of my tribe. They're a Muslim just like me, therefore maybe I shouldn't know. You have a duty, an obligation to your fellow citizens to let the authorities know that there are people that you know who think might commit terror attacks. And it is an alarming number of Muslims in Britain who wouldn't do this. I'm sorry, you have to. And if you don't, the consequences will keep piling and piling and piling until the pressure has built up to the point where people won't even want to distinguish between you. They will just say, this is what Muslims do. And I don't believe that this is just what Muslims do. I think this is what some insane radicals do. But it's up to you to police your own communities. We can't do it for you. You decided to live in segregated communities and be aside from British life. Now you have to deal with the consequences of that. And one of those consequences is radicalized lunatics killing people. You have to deal with this. No one else can do this. No one else can do this. Only Muslims in their own communities can do this. It's up to you.